In the distant future, the galaxy was a vast place, filled with strange worlds and powerful races. Among these races were humans, who were often seen as weak and unimportant. For many years, humans fought against powerful alien empires. Their wars were fierce and bloody, but they always seemed to lose. The aliens thought they could control humans forever. One day, a great event changed everything. Leaders from different alien races gathered for a meeting on the planet Zalara, a beautiful world with tall mountains and deep blue oceans. The most powerful leaders, known as the Galactic Council, came together to make a decision. They wanted to end the fighting once and for all. This was how the Treaty of Peace was born. The treaty was meant to bring peace. It stated that humans could not fight wars anymore. In return, the Council promised to protect humans and help them grow. Many people in the galaxy celebrated this news. They believed that peace was finally possible, but not everyone felt the same way. Captain Mia Vasquez, a brave and determined human leader, watched the celebrations from her home on Earth. She felt uneasy. While many cheered, she wondered if the treaty was really a good thing. She knew about the pain and suffering that humans had faced. Could the Council really protect them, or was this a trick? Mia thought about her family. Her father had been a soldier in the last war, and he had fought bravely for their freedom. But in the end, he was hurt and left behind. She remembered the stories he told her about the alien races. They looked at humans as if they were nothing. What if the Council just wants to keep us weak? She asked herself. Determined to find answers, Mia gathered a small group of trusted friends. They met in secret, away from the eyes of the Council. "We need to know the truth," Mia said, her voice steady. "Why did they really make this treaty? What do they want from us?" Her friends nodded, sharing her concerns. They had all heard whispers of alien leaders discussing humans in dark corners of the galaxy. They decided they would investigate. If the Council had hidden motives, they would uncover them. Days passed, and Mia and her friends worked tirelessly. They hacked into communication lines and listened to alien conversations. What they found was shocking. The Council feared that humans might unite and become strong again. They believed that if humans gained power, they could challenge the Council. This thought scared them. One night, while listening to a secret meeting, Mia's heart raced. She heard a powerful alien leader say, "We must keep the humans divided. If they learn to work together, they could become a real threat." Mia's mind raced with the implications. The treaty was not about peace. It was about control. Feeling the weight of this knowledge, Mia knew they had to act. "We must tell others," she exclaimed. "If we do nothing, we will never be free. We can't let them control us any longer." Her friends agreed. They began to plan a way to share their findings with the rest of humanity. But they also knew this would not be easy. The Council had eyes everywhere, and they would not let humans rise up without a fight. As Mia prepared to spread the word, she felt a mixture of fear and hope. She knew they faced great danger, but she also believed in the strength of her people. Humans had survived wars before, they could do it again. Mia took a deep breath, ready to lead her friends into the unknown. The fight for humanity's freedom was just beginning, and she was determined to make sure that the Treaty of Peace did not become a tool for oppression. Days turned into weeks after the signing of the Treaty of Peace. While the galaxy celebrated this new era, Captain Mia Vasquez and her small group of friends worked tirelessly to uncover the truth behind the treaty. They met in secret, hidden from the watchful eyes of the alien council. One evening, as the sun set behind the tall buildings of Earth, Mia gathered her friends in an old warehouse on the outskirts of the city. The room was filled with the smell of metal and oil, remnants of a long-forgotten age. "We have to be careful," Mia warned. "The council won't let us expose their plans easily." Her friends nodded in agreement. Lucas, a tech expert, set up his computer on a dusty table. "I've been monitoring communications from the council. They talk about us all the time, but they use codes. We need to decode them to understand what they're saying." As Lucas typed furiously, the others looked on, their hearts racing with anticipation. Mia couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the edge of something important. Finally, Lucas leaned back, eyes wide with surprise. "I've got something!" he exclaimed. The group huddled closer as Lucas read the message. "The Council is planning a new device that can control human minds. They want to use it to keep us obedient and weak," he said, his voice shaking with disbelief. Mia's heart sank. "This is worse than I thought. They see us as a threat, but they also want to make sure we can't fight back. We have to tell everyone about this," Just then, Rhea, the group's strategist, spoke up. But how? The council has spies everywhere. If we go public without a plan, we'll be caught before we can even speak. Mia frowned, thinking hard. We need proof. We have to get into the council's main building on Zalara and find the plans for this device. Once we have that, we can show everyone the truth. The others agreed, their faces determined. They began to prepare for the mission. Mia's heart raced at the thought of infiltrating an alien stronghold, but she also felt a sense of purpose. This was their chance to fight back. A few days later, under the cover of darkness, Mia and her friends traveled to Zalara. They disguised themselves as alien workers, hoping to blend in. The streets were bustling with different alien races, each one more strange than the last. Mia felt a mix of fear and excitement as they approached the council building, a towering structure made of shimmering glass. Once inside, they split up to cover more ground. Mia felt her heart pounding as she navigated through the maze of hallways. She saw guards watching closely, and she knew they had to be careful. She entered a small room filled with computers and strange devices. This must be where the council discussed their plans. Mia searched the room, her hands trembling. Suddenly, she found a terminal that looked important. She quickly typed in a code she had overheard during her time spying on the council's meetings. The screen lit up, showing blueprints for the mind control device. Just as Mia began to download the files, an alarm blared. Red lights flashed, and she heard footsteps approaching. "I need to hurry!" she thought, her fingers flying over the keyboard. With the files saved, she dashed out of the room, running down the hallway. She spotted Lucas and Raya, who were also trying to escape. "I got the plans!" Mia shouted breathlessly. "We need to get out now!" They ran together, the sound of alarms echoing behind them. Guards shouted, and chaos erupted. Mia's heart raced as they reached the exit, but a group of guards blocked their path. They were trapped. "Now what?" Lucas asked, panic in his eyes. Mia glanced around, searching for an escape. Then she spotted an open window nearby. "This way!" she yelled, leading them toward the window. They climbed through just as the guards reached them. They landed hard on the ground outside, rolling to break their fall. As they got up and ran, Mia felt a surge of adrenaline. They had survived, but now they had to face the consequences of what they had uncovered. As they escaped into the night, Mia knew they had a long fight ahead. They had discovered the truth, but now they needed to share it with the rest of humanity. She could feel the weight of their mission on her shoulders. The fight for freedom was just beginning. Mia and her friends hurried back to Earth after their daring escape from Zalara. They had uncovered a dangerous secret. The council was planning to use a mind control device on humans. Now, they needed to find a way to tell everyone about it. The weight of their discovery felt heavy on Mia's shoulders, but she knew they had to act quickly. Back in the old warehouse, the group gathered around a table. The dim light flickered above them as they shared the news of their escape and the plans they had stolen. "We have to get this information out to the public," Mia said, her voice steady. "But we need a solid plan. If we just go public, the council will stop us before we can say anything." Lucas, who had been quiet for a while, finally spoke up. "What if we stage a broadcast? We can hijack their communication system and share the truth with everyone in the galaxy." Rhea nodded, her eyes brightening. "That's a great idea! If we can get into their broadcast center, we can show everyone the truth about the council's plans. It will prove that the treaty is a trap." Mia felt a rush of excitement. "Yes, but it will be risky. We need to gather more allies. We can't do this alone." They spent the next few days reaching out to other humans, sharing their story and the truth about the council's mind control device. To their surprise, many humans were ready to join the fight. News of their bravery spread quickly, and soon they had a small army of supporters. Mia felt a sense of hope. She had always believed that humans were stronger together, and now she was seeing it in action. But there was still a lot to do. They needed a plan to get into the council's broadcast center and deliver their message. After many late nights, they finally laid out their strategy. "We'll create a distraction outside the center," Rhea explained. "While the guards are busy, we can sneak inside and take over their system," Lucas added. "I can hack into their security cameras. Once we're in, I'll disable the alarms. We'll have a short window to broadcast before they realize what's happening." Mia felt a mix of excitement and fear. "Okay, let's do this. We have to be quick and smart. We can't let fear hold us back." On the day of the operation, Mia's heart raced as they approached the council's broadcast center on Zalara. The towering building loomed before them, its shining surface reflecting the bright lights of the alien city. It felt both thrilling and terrifying to be this close to their target. As they neared the entrance, they could see the guards patrolling the area. Rhea signaled to the group to stay low and quiet. They slipped into the shadows, waiting for their chance. Just then, a loud explosion echoed from the opposite side of the building. The guards turned their heads, distracted. "Now's our chance!" Mia whispered urgently. They dashed toward the entrance, quickly slipping inside the building. Lucas hurried to a control panel near the door. "I'll disable the alarms." "Just give me a second," he said, his fingers flying over the buttons. As he worked, Mia and Rhea kept watch. The tension in the air was thick. They could hear the distant sounds of chaos outside, but they had to stay focused. Finally, Lucas grinned. "We're in! The alarms are down." "Great! Let's move," Mia urged. They raced through the hallways, following the signs that led to the main broadcast room. The walls were adorned with strange alien symbols, but Mia didn't have time to admire them. They had a mission to complete. When they reached the broadcast room, they found a large screen and several control panels. "This is it!" Mia exclaimed. "Let's show the galaxy what the Council is planning." Lucas got to work, connecting his device to the control panel. As the screen flickered to life, he smiled. "We're ready to go. Just give me a moment." Mia took a deep breath. They were about to share the truth with everyone. She felt a surge of courage. "Okay, let's do this. We need to make it count." With the press of a button, the screen lit up, and Mia could see their faces reflected back at her. They were broadcasting live. The moment of truth had arrived. But just as they began, the doors burst open. Guards flooded in, shouting and pointing their weapons. Mia's heart raced, but she knew they had come too far to back down now. "Fight for your freedom!" Mia shouted, her voice steady and loud. "We will not be controlled!" The battle for humanity's future had begun. The guards charged into the broadcast room, their faces filled with anger. Mia felt a surge of fear, but she stood firm. "We will not be silenced!" She shouted again, her voice echoing in the room. She glanced at Lucas, who was still focused on the control panel. "Keep broadcasting!" he yelled back, his fingers flying over the keyboard. "I'll try to loop the feed so we can stay on air." As the guards shouted for them to surrender, Mia and Rhea quickly moved in front of the screen, creating a barrier between the guards and the broadcast. "People need to hear this," Mia thought desperately. "We can't let them take us down!" With Lucas working furiously behind them, Mia took a deep breath and faced the camera. "People of the galaxy," she began, her voice steady despite the chaos. "We have uncovered a terrible truth. The Council plans to use a mind control device on humans to keep us submissive. They want to take away our freedom." The guards were now moving closer, trying to push past Rhea and Mia. "Stop them," one of the guards shouted. But Mia pushed forward, her heart pounding. "We are stronger together," she continued, looking straight into the camera. "We must unite against this threat. It is time for all humans to rise and stand against the Council." Rhea joined in, her voice fierce. "We are not just pawns in their game. We will fight for our rights, our freedom, and our future." Just then, the screen flickered, showing the worried faces of people across the galaxy who were watching the broadcast. Mia could see fear and uncertainty in their eyes, but also hope. "We can't back down now," she thought. Lucas, still at the control panel, glanced back at them. "I've looped the feed. They can't turn us off just yet," he shouted. The guards were trying to force their way into the room, but for now, they were held back. Mia felt a rush of determination. "This is our chance!" she exclaimed. "We need to give people a way to join us. We have to show them how they can fight back." Rhea nodded, her face glowing with excitement. "Let's call for volunteers. Let's show everyone that they can stand against the Council." Mia turned back to the camera, her heart racing. "If you want to help us, meet us at the old factory on Earth tomorrow at dawn. We will train and prepare for the fight to come. Together we can stop the Council." The screen filled with messages of support from humans watching across the galaxy. Mia's heart soared as she saw people nodding, determination replacing their fear. This is it, she thought. We're making a difference. But the guards were still pressing forward. "They're getting too close," Lucas warned. "We need to move." Mia grabbed Rhea's hand. "We have to go. We can't let them capture us." As they backed away, they felt a surge of hope mixed with fear. The battle was far from over, but they had sent out a call to action. They turned to run, dodging the guards as they fled the broadcast room. Mia led the way, her heart pounding in her chest. They dashed through the hallways, knowing the council would be looking for them. "We need to find a way out," Rhea shouted as they rounded a corner. Lucas pulled out a small device from his pocket. "I can create a diversion. Just give me a moment." He hurried to a nearby terminal, quickly typing commands. The alarms blared louder, but Lucas focused on his task. Just as they reached the exit, Lucas pressed a button. Suddenly, explosions rang out, causing chaos in the building. Smoke filled the air, and the guards stumbled, momentarily confused. "Now!" Mia shouted, and they sprinted outside, the cool night air hitting their faces. They raced down the street, hearts racing with adrenaline. As they reached the safe zone, Mia looked back at the broadcast center. The chaos was still unfolding, but they had done it. They had sent out the call to action. "Tomorrow we fight," she said, determination in her voice. "Together we will take back our freedom." With the night sky above them, they felt the weight of their mission pressing down. But they also felt a sense of hope. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The dawn of a new day broke over Earth, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Mia stood at the entrance of the old factory, her heart racing with anticipation. Today was the day they would finally take a stand against the council. People began to gather, their faces filled with determination and hope. It was a sight Mia had dreamed of ever since she uncovered the council's sinister plans. Rhea approached Mia, a smile on her face. "Look at everyone! They really came!" she exclaimed, her eyes shining with excitement. The factory, once a place of rust and decay, was now alive with energy and purpose. Mia nodded, taking a deep breath. "We need to make sure they know what's at stake. This isn't just about us, it's about every human in the galaxy." Lucas joined them, adjusting his glasses. "I set up the training areas. We can teach them how to fight and prepare for what's coming. We can't let the council catch us off guard." As the crowd grew, Mia stepped onto a makeshift stage at the factory entrance. She looked out at the sea of faces, each one representing a story, a dream, and a family. "Thank you all for coming. Today marks the beginning of our fight for freedom," she called out, her voice strong. The crowd erupted in cheers. Mia felt her heart swell with pride. "Together we will train, we will learn, and we will stand united against the council. They think they can control us, but we will show them the strength of humanity." Rhea stepped forward, her voice filled with passion. "This is our chance to prove that we will not back down. We will protect our rights and our future. We will become a force they cannot ignore." Mia felt the energy in the air as the crowd cheered again, the sound echoing off the factory walls. "We have each other," she said. "Together we will become stronger. We will fight back!" Over the next few days, the factory transformed into a hub of activity. Volunteers trained hard, practicing combat skills, building teamwork, and learning about strategy. Mia, Rhea, and Lucas led the sessions, sharing everything they knew. As they trained, stories began to emerge. Each person had their reasons for joining the fight. Some had lost loved ones to the council's control, while others had seen their friends suffer. Mia listened to them, understanding the weight of their pain. It fueled her determination. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Mia gathered everyone for a meeting. "I know this is hard," she said, her voice steady. "But remember why we're doing this. We fight for our families, our friends, and our freedom. We cannot let the council win." The crowd murmured in agreement, their faces resolute. As they practiced together, they became more than just individuals. They formed a community, a family united by a common purpose. As days turned into weeks, news of their training spread across the galaxy. More and more humans began to join them, drawn by the hope that Mia and her friends had sparked. They all wanted to be part of this new movement, ready to take a stand against the council. Finally, the day arrived for their first real mission. Mia gathered everyone in the factory. "Today we take the fight to them," she declared. "We will raid one of the council's supply depots to gather weapons and resources. This will show them that we are serious." The crowd erupted in cheers, adrenaline surging through their veins. Mia felt a mix of excitement and fear, but she knew they had trained hard for this moment. They were ready. As they set out, the group moved in silence, the weight of their mission heavy on their shoulders. Mia led the way, her heart pounding with determination. They reached the depot, a large, heavily guarded building surrounded by high walls. Lucas, crouching behind some crates, whispered, "I can disable the security system." "Just give me a moment." The group watched as Lucas worked, sweat trickling down his forehead. Finally, he nodded. It's done! We can get in. Mia took a deep breath and nodded. Let's go! They moved quickly, stealthily making their way inside. The building was filled with crates and equipment. As they searched, Mia's heart raced with anticipation. Each box they opened brought them closer to their goal. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the depot. They found us! Rhea shouted, panic in her eyes. Mia's heart raced, but she knew they couldn't back down now. Stay together! She commanded. We can't let them trap us! As guards rushed in, Mia and her team fought back, using the skills they had practiced. The sound of chaos filled the air, but they remained focused on their mission. Amid the fight, Mia caught sight of a crate labeled weapons. This is what we need! She yelled, signaling to Lucas and Rhea. They fought their way to the crate, determination in their hearts. As they opened it, they found an array of weapons, blasters, shields, and supplies. We did it, Rhea shouted, her eyes wide with excitement. Mia smiled, feeling the weight of their struggle lift. This was a victory for them, a step toward their goal of freedom. Now let's get out of here, she shouted, rallying everyone. Together, they fought their way out of the depot, the sound of their victory echoing in their hearts. As they emerged into the open air, Mia knew they had started a new era. They were no longer victims. They were warriors ready to reclaim their future.